Hi, I'm Howard Hartke, instructor at the Visual Arts Center. I teach pottery, and we're going to give you a little demonstration on throwing a bowl on the wheel. And it's a little more progressive way of throwing that I teach. It's not exactly the way I learned, but I think it's much easier for the students, and we'll give you a little bit of a show here. We place the clay on the wheel first of all, and we lock it down. This keeps it from moving on the bat. This is called a bat, and we'll get our hands wet now, and a couple more with the top, and kind of wet the clay a little bit so it slides nicely. And then we're going to take the bottom and lock the bottom onto the bat. And now, once I get it locked on, I'm going to wet my hands, push in with my palms, and squeeze this clay up just like that. And this is to get the clay mixed together. Makes it more uniform, and it also makes it easier to control. You can control a small piece of clay rather than a big piece. So we're going to start like this. Now we're going to push that back down or compress it, and we do it like this. The left hand is pushing at the back to center the clay, and the right hand compresses it. And this is to make it blend together. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Squeeze in at the bottom and cone up just like that. And that's an upside down tornado. We can do all kinds of things. And now I'm going to push it back down and get a nice smooth pancake here, or hockey puck, however you want to call it. Alright, now we've got it all compressed in a nice hockey puck. It's a large hockey puck. Now we're going to set the bottom of the bowl. So I go in like this. I take my elbows and place them on my thighs up against my body. Take a throwing sponge and push down in the center just like this. And this is a little different than I learned. I learned to come in straight down, make a hole, and then pull out. But that's really difficult to do. So what I'm doing is keeping this wide open so I can see the bottom. Just like that. And I want to get about a 1/4 inch from the bottom. Now I'm going to shape the bottom of my piece by pulling out. That's about the width of the bowl that I'm making. Just like that. And I go back and forth a couple times just to compress the center, because I just pulled it out and I want to compress it back in. Now I'm going to take my hands. The way I was taught was to pull the clay up and lift it like this. The only problem with that is that it pinches it. And that's a traditional method, but I don't know why they do it. Now what I do is I take my hand inside just like this. Go on the outside with the sponge, hold it between a thumb and forefinger, and push against the side of my hand. Just bring that clay up along the side of my hand, straight up. And I leave my finger right there. And I'm pressing against it rather than pushing and pulling up. So I'm pushing in and just sliding up along the hand. It's a whole lot easier to do that than try and chase your fingers up the side of the bowl or pinch the clay. Okay, we're going to get this thinned out to about a 1/4 inch, and I'm going all the way to the bottom to bring up all this clay, so I use it all. I bring it right up against the side of my hand, right to the top, and I got it nice and thin. I'm less than a 1/4 inch. And now I'm going to take a rib. This is called a rib, and we're going to clean the bottom up. And this is a little non-traditional. People don't normally do this. But I think it's a much easier way for a student to learn and get control of the clay. So I'm going to come up the side just like that, smooth it all out. That gives it more strength. Now I'm going to take the rib between thumb and forefinger. I'm going to place it inside. And this is awesome. This is a lot of fun to do. And you just take the rib, roll it over, and then pull up and give it the shape that you want. Now you could lay this right out into a platter if you really wanted to. And what it does is it compresses the clay and makes it nice and stiff. I can also go out here and make a nice little rim on it if I want. Then I'll take a piece of chamois or a piece of leather, and I'm going to roll that over the rim, just like this, and compress that rim nice and tight. And then we're going to give it a little design on the inside. Kind of my trademark. And there we go. There's a 5-minute bowl. And we've just seen a bowl. This is how you make a bowl on the wheel. And I also teach hand building. This is a hand-built vase. It's done with slabs. We roll them out. We roll clay out, cut it, place it, and manipulate it to do what we want it to. And this happens to be a little square vase we've made. And the reason I like teaching the hand-built is anybody can do it. You just need the methods, and that's what I teach, is the methods. And to go along with your throwing, it's also nice to be able to hand-build and add like handles, leaves, and more decoration to enhance your pieces. So they really do go hand in hand, and it's a nice way to finish off a really nice thrown bowl. You could add leaves to this bowl. You could put handles on it. There's a lot of different things you can do. So they do go hand in hand, and I find a lot of people really do like the hand-built stuff also. Our classes include all the clay and glazes and firings that you need. It makes it very simple for a student to come in and start working. You can give it a try, and we offer beginner classes and intermediate, which is a good thing to look at, because a lot of times people get frustrated when they're with a person of experience and they have to start out at a lower level. But we blend this all together for you, and we'll get you in the right place. And our classes run 3 hours, and that's plenty of time for somebody to really get creative.